John Cena's Oscars gag is more sinister than you think. The new Twitch metas just don't stop. And Jedward have had enough.
How much times can you slag off your acts? Girls Aloud, Boys Zone, Ronan Keaton's absolutely a disgrace.
Starting off with a story that is also a Floppylegss follow-up, and yes, I am following this one up, and I thought it would be done. That's not true. That's not true. I knew it would be done. I knew we'd be coming back to this one day. It's the Twitch meta that I referenced in the very first Floppy's Findings video. Is it just the same if they crop the camera just above their cleavage? No. And they're not even cropping anything out anymore. Yep, you heard that right. This time now we've got a butthole camera. I'm telling you, it's a camera that is literally just on their bum. I want to repeat that one more time for you at home. It's a camera that is just on their bum. It was first quoted to me as a butthole cam. It's pretty much just a camera that has just got their whole arse on the screen. And I don't get the thought process here because it clearly breaches the rules that have been reiterated by Twitch. So obviously Twitch had that little period, obviously in the previous Floppy Findings, where they said you're allowed to do things like this. Then it went too far. Then they brought it back. You're now it says in black and white, you are not allowed to be fully or partially nude, including exposing genitals or buttocks. And last time I checked, a buttocks is a bum, and this camera is showing just an exposed. Just because you've got a little string that covers a slight area to stop it from being 100% exposed doesn't mean it's not exposed. It's 99.9% exposed. If I put a pen over my face, doesn't mean I'm covering up my face. No, it means my face it's just got a tiny little bit covering it. Like, I don't get how they think they can get away with this. They can't keep getting away with this. They literally can't. Like, this is way too far. Like, this is crazy. You know what? It isn't. It isn't, because we've seen crazy before. We saw the cutting off the camera there. We saw the sensor bar developing from that. Then it went quiet for a while. It's been like 2 months since that happened. And then they said, you know what? Numbers are down by 1,000. Let me try and get them back. Let's do a bum cam. Like, it don't make sense. And, it's come so far, as I said, in the TOS, it is clearly stating that breaches the rules. And Strawberry Tabby was banned, but we all know that ban won't last a long time. It'll be very quick, and they'll come back, and then, they might even continue doing that thing. Because, it does say you're not allowed to have an exposed buttock. So, like, if they wore something else, then maybe they could do it. But it's literally as exposed as it can be without being literally just fully out. Do you know what I mean? It's like literally on the 99.999% exposed. It's crazy to me that, like, the thought process behind it, because you're just risking it all. Because at this point, you know what I mean? Like, they've already got a big viewership, 100%. They get loads of subs every day. They can link them to other platforms that they make money on as well. Why would you push the boat out even more and risk, just being banned completely from the platform that brings in, a bit of income for you? Like, why would you risk that extra step? You've already pushed the boat out and been drawn back in, and you've managed to gain some ground. Why do you want to do it again? Like, you've already got what you need. You've got what you want. You've got the viewership. You've got the followers. You've got, the income coming in. Why are you risking it all just to show your ass? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. In the previous Twitch meta phase, one person did it, then 2, then 5, then all of them were doing it. So I had a little look. Did a little bit of research for this video to see if, this new meta has kicked on. And I found this person. I was only looking at the stream for about 10 seconds, and whoa. Well, as you can see, it was a bit longer than that, but I was literally just investigating. I was like, what are you doing here? What's going on here? What are you getting at? What are you doing? They're standing on one of those things that that make your body shake, yeah, because it, that like does your core or something. It's like a gym exercise thing. They're just doing it because it's just jiggling their assets. No, but seriously, it's crazy to me. And then I was there for 20 seconds, as I said, and it went on a little bit longer. And I was like, I can hear them playing Valorant. I can hear them playing a game. Where's the game footage? Then they actually addressed it and said, I'm sorry, the game footage isn't on. And then they proceeded to show the game footage. Yes, that's right. The tiny little box in the screen. It's like, hi, I'm the game footage. Yeah, look at me. You're clearly paying attention to me and not the other two massive things going on either side of me. Like, I understand Twitch is for many different things, and I'm not here shaming or, calling out people doing that on the platform. You can do it. It just seems like this step, similar to those steps before, are just trying to make the boundaries go further so that then you gain a little bit of like extra whatever. I generally can't fathom what's the point of doing that, because you've already got the viewership, you've already got the people coming in. It's not like you're trying to make the leaps and bounds. It would make more sense for me as a Twitch streamer with low viewership. It would make more sense to me to do this because I'm trying to grow. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense for somebody that's already big. You've already made it. You're already doing well. Why are you risking it? But yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be talking about this again sometime soon. Obviously, Strawberry Tabby is banned. Let's see if any more bans fall into place later on. This streamer here didn't seem to be having any issues. And when I did look into it, there was only like 1 or 2 streamers doing it. There didn't seem to be as many. Like when this first Twitch meta happened, when I said a month ago, it was crazy. It was everywhere. Like every streamer was doing it. Everyone was talking about it. Like, damn, this is crazy. And obviously, Twitch actually had to, change the TOS rules, and they changed them back because they went too far. So this one doesn't seem as big as that, but it just feels like it's going to be utilized, and then eventually maybe they'll be cracked down on. But I don't know. I mean, if anyone wants me to do it, sure. Maybe that's the difference maker. Maybe that's the difference maker from 25 viewers to 2,500 viewers. Just jiggle my ass and show a tiny little game screen. Maybe that's the way to go. On to the Oscars. Yes, the biggest award show of the year. Very, very exciting. I actually watched this Oscars. It's the first time I've ever watched an Oscars from point A to point B. Because on ITV, for the first time, I think ever, I might be wrong in saying that, but I think the first time ever in the UK, they showed off the Oscars to the UK audience. It was obviously going into 2 a.m, had Jonathan Ross on it and a few other people, and then they obviously cut to the Oscars when it was happening. And it was all right. It was decent. They were referencing it, saying it was one of the faster and better ones that they've ever seen. And obviously Oppenheimer cleaned up in the best picture, best actor, things like that, best director. Oppenheimer cleaned up basically, and it was like really, really big for them. Obviously Jimmy Kimmel hosted the Oscars. He's done that many times before at this point, but he actually made a joke to Robert Downey Jr. And in the moment, obviously I'm watching it live for the first time ever, I think he went a little bit too far with this one.
Is the highest point of Robert Downey Jr.'s long and illustrious career. Well, one of the highest points, but...
Obviously, if you're unaware, Robert Downey Jr. many, many moons ago had a very bad drug problem. So when he's referencing, the highest point in his career, he's clearly referencing that. And Robert Downey Jr. takes the joke, but he's trying to move it on. And Jimmy Kimmel just doesn't stop.
Was that too on the nose, or was that a drug motion you made?
It was proper awkward. The touching the nose thing and then doing that was really awkward. Moving on though in the Oscars, and it's quite similar to the first story, talking about people with not many clothes on, basically partially nude. I didn't think I'd be saying this, but in the Oscars, somebody was partially nude as well. And that person being John Cena. John Cena came out to read the nominees for Best Costume, but came out naked, which was very, very funny because it was in reference to a very old moment in the Oscars where somebody came on and streaked naked in front of the audience and stuff. So it was in reference to that. He came on naked. And I took it as a very funny joke. Probably one of the funnier jokes on the night. The only one topped was either Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, Barbenheimer going back and forth. That was quite funny as well. And obviously the Ken performance. But other than that was probably the best part of the show. And then I went onto Twitter, thinking people would talk about how well Oppenheimer did. Well done to Emma Stone for winning her second Best Actress, that performance. No, they were talking about how John Cena coming out naked to the Oscars audience was a humiliation ritual. Yes, you heard that right. And a humiliation ritual. I mean, I never heard of this before. And do tell me in the comments down below if I'm wrong, but I'm going to try and summarize what I think I've discovered it is. Basically, if you want to make it big and famous in Hollywood and, and movies and TV, make many, many millions of dollars, you've got to sell your soul. I don't know if that's to do with the Illuminati or what have you, but you need to sell your soul. And one of the stages in that process is apparently a humiliation ritual, which in this scenario, John Cena allegedly has done. Walking out in front of thousands and millions watching at home naked. It is that humiliation ritual. And obviously, as I said, you're selling your soul to become rich and famous. It's a bit confusing though, because John Cena's already rich and famous. So what's this humiliation ritual for? He's already the biggest star out of WWE. He's taken over acting. He's his own superhero now. He's got his own TV show. Like, he's just got a recent film that's come out now. I don't really understand what John Cena is getting out of selling his soul at this point. He's already made it. So what is this humiliation ritual for? It's basically just another thing of the internet just being stupid. Like just perpetuating nonsense, and then it just gets traction. That's what this is, in my opinion. Like, literally, it's just one of the silliest things I've ever heard. I mean, look, who knows if this is true? Humiliation ritual. I don't know at the end of the day. But this specific example of John Cena is just silly. But just to finalise, with an alleged $80 million worth of net worth, I don't think John Cena needs to do anything to get some more money. All right? I think you're barking up the wrong tree there, guys. Let's calm down. Floppyleggs has put this one to bed, all right? Let's all chill, actually, and have a little look at what I found this week.
Floppy's finding of the week. Floppy's finding of the week.
Finally, we're going over to reality TV with ITV1's Celebrity Big Brother. It's absolutely popping off at the moment. The viewing figures, in fact, on the first opening launch of the show was a whopping 2.8 million viewers, peaking at 3.2 million, making them have double the audience of any other channel during its linear airtime. It's got some famous faces, of course, Celebrity Big Brother with Louis Walsh and Sharon Osbourne, obviously the X Factor judges. Ekin Su, one of the old Love Island contestants, is on it, an old Coronation Street actor. Not many big people on it. It is Celebrity Big Brother at the end of the day, but why am I here to talk about Celebrity Big Brother? No, it's not the viewing figures, and it's not about them taking away viewers from my stream. No, it's not that at all. It's me here talking about Louis Walsh calling out Jedward. And now, look, take me into a time machine, walk me back into 2010 or something like that. That's when Jedward were about. Jedward. They didn't even win X Factor. They were just two Irish twins that went on to X Factor and became a bit of a meme with their spiky hair, and then Louis Walsh was their judge. And then he took them on and managed them. They did Ice Ice Baby remix. It was so many, it was like a fever dream. I forgot all about Jedward. But Louis Walsh, actually, as well as Sharon Osbourne, have just been talking the most on this show. Some people are theorising that Sharon Osbourne doesn't even know it's being recorded at this point because she's coming out with all of the juice and the goss and the tea. But Louis Walsh referred to Jedward as vile in this clip here.
You're vile.
And Jedward have kicked off astronomically on Twitter, not having it, calling out Louis Walsh for his character and everything about him. Louis Walsh is a cold-hearted bastard who didn't even send us flowers when our mum died. Louis Walsh bitched and talked about us to our best friend Tara Reid, and then we fired him. Louis Walsh is an evil manipulator who forced us into an office to pay £70,000 from our bank account to one of his own PR work. Louis Walsh tried to make us sign our name and life away in dodgy contracts to people he was great friends with. Without our mum, we wouldn't be here today. What an absolute weirdo, and bad intentions for all. Does he like anyone? Louis Walsh came to our hotel room one night and we didn't even know why he had come unannounced. Still don't know why. He then proceeded to our tour manager's room. Think that says it all. Girls Aloud hate Louis. Jedward hate Louis. Ronan Keating hates Louis. All future acts should be made aware of what a vile man he is really like. Louis reopened these wounds all by himself, being spiteful and disrespectful. We aren't going to have our characters taken. Justice will be served. So yeah, clear to see Jedward weren't too happy with Louis Walsh calling them out live on Big Brother. And just what made it funnier was there was a live reaction to this. And it wasn't just Twitter that they posted on. Gemma Collins was with them when they watched Big Brother together. They were having dinner around her house. It was like the team up of Avengers of Z-list celebrities taking down the boss of Z-lists of Louis Walsh. Like, it was like some crazy team up. And Jedward said this live.
You're vile. But they've done well. But they were great. I don't find really great.
Louis, don't be slagging off my boys. They're not vile. They're beautiful in every single way.
I can't believe we're even watching you on the show. You're like a cat with 9 lives. How much times can you slag off your acts? Girls Aloud, Boys Own, Ronan Keating. It's absolutely a disgrace.
And
you're a senile man who did nothing for us, who had no ideas. You're not even a manager. Simon Cowell made you.
So it's clear to see they were really annoyed about Louis Walsh basically just calling them out. I don't know if you watch Big Brother. Let me know down in the comments down below what you think of it. As I mentioned before, they are stealing my bloody viewers away from me at 9 PM every night. Okay, if you don't know, I do stream on Twitch from about 6:30 PM to about 10:30 PM. If you want to come and join us over there, I'd really appreciate it. We do have a Discord as well. Come and join us over there. It's been one of my favourite Floppy's findings. Jedward, John Cena, and bloody Twitch methods showing your ass. I've never known that could have been a connection of the three. Where else would you get news like this all in one go? Nowhere. Thanks for coming on through. I am Floppyleggs. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to get Twitch partner this year. There is a continuation of an old series, Floppy Asks. I actually watched the Spider-Man 1 film back in July, and then I didn't edit it until recently. But let me know if you think that is actually a good film or not. You can watch that video all the way through. There's going to be more of those coming very, very soon, of a whole series of films. I'm really looking forward to it. All the way to May 4th. See if you can make the connection. Thanks for coming on through. If you're not subbed again, please do subscribe. Click the link in the bio to my other platforms, Twitch, other YouTube channels, etc. And you can also join the Discord as well. Thanks for coming on through, and I'll see you when I see you.